Welcome to Astro Venture, the DSLR astrophotography channel. Hey there, Astroventures. Welcome back. If you're new to this astrophotography channel, my name is George, and this is the astrophotography channel for DSLR or mirrorless camera bodies combined with the lenses we already own and a simple star tracker like the Skyguider Pro or the Star Adventurer. Tonight, my intended target is to shoot the Milky Way. I'm out here in Nevada. I'm about 20 miles south of the city of Wendover. And my reason for this location is that Wendover offers me some great accommodations for a place to stay. And by getting about 20 miles to the south of Wendover, it gets me into some nice dark skies because pointing to the south to shoot the core of the Milky Way is a national park. And so that keeps the light pollution substantially down over just about any other direction that I could be shooting. Now, for tonight's shoot of the Milky Way, I like to shoot anywhere between 3700 and 4200 Kelvin for my white balance. And the lens that I'm using is a 24-70 from Tamron on my Nikon D850. And the settings that I'm using an ISO of 6400. I really don't want to go any higher than that because I don't want to keep introducing any noise if there's some workarounds. So I'm looking to use an ISO of 6400, and then I am going to do an exposure time of 15 seconds. That will work at my 24 millimeter focal length and not give me the star trails that I'm trying to avoid. And I'm going to start out at an aperture of f4. Now, if you take a look here at this first image, this is off of the back of my Nikon D850. You can see that, and I apologize, any images off the back of the camera don't look so good. You can see that you have the picture on the left-hand side. Again, poor representation here in this video and shooting an image off the back of the camera. But the histograms on the right-hand side, you're seeing a lot of the data is climbing that left-hand wall of the histogram. Now, to look at this image with your very dilated eyes in the dark out here, this image may look pretty good, but I promise you, once you get back home and you look at it on the computer and your eyes aren't so dilated, it's not going to look so good. And this is where you need to trust your histogram and not what your eyes are seeing on the back of the camera. So right off the bat, I can tell you that this image is going to be too dark because most of my histogram is coming up the left-hand side. So I'm going to open up my aperture. I'm starting out at an f4, and I'm going to open up the aperture and take a photograph and see what my histogram looks like. Now, I have moved my histogram, but I haven't moved it far enough. Ideally, what I'm trying to do is get to about a quarter of the way over, and right now this is an aperture of 3.2. But it's not where I want it to go. This lens will shoot at 2.8, and this Tamron 24-70 2.8 generation 2 is very sharp at 2.8, so I don't mind pushing it there. So as you can see here, I made another adjustment, opened up my aperture to 2.8, and now I've got my histogram peak almost over to the quarter point, and I'm not climbing the left-hand wall of my histogram anymore. I'm happy with this. I can work with this, and the reason being is that I'm not losing the data up the left-hand side of the histogram, which means it's too dark. There is no data available, and I'm not pushing too far to the right that my stars, the white points of the stars, start to get too bright that it's washing out. So I'm really happy with this, and this is what I will go ahead and process, and I will go ahead and shoot a number of samples or images tonight to take back home. If you're new to this astrophotography channel, consider, if you like the video content, crushing that like button, subscribing, and ringing the bell to be alerted to the next video that comes out. Until next time, I hope that you have clear skies and uneventful nights while you're out shooting. And my name is George. We'll see you next time, Astro Venturers.